Act 37. Bao Yu Lost Treasure Jade. Time: the 17th winter of the Red Chamber. Location: Grand View Garden, Yihong Court. Character: Jia Baoyu, Shiren, Wang Shifeng, Pinger, Jia Huan, Lady Wang, Jia Tanchun, Li Wan, Mei Wei, Qiuwen, and several others. Character Profile Card. Name: Jia Huan. Gender: male. Alias: Brother Huan, Third Uncle Huan. Identity: son of Jiazheng with his concubine. Personality: rough in behavior, cunning. Father: Jiazheng. Mother: Aunt Zhao. Sister: Jia Tanchun. Stepbrother: Jia Baoyu's stepsister, Jia Yuanchun. Cousin: Jia Yingchun. After enjoying the flowers that day, when everyone left, Shiren suddenly noticed that Baoyu was not wearing the spiritual jade around his neck, so she asked, "Where is your jade?" Baoyu said, "I forgot to wear it when I changed clothes just now and left it on the Kong table." It turns out that Baoyu was originally resting in the room, wearing a long fur coat. When he saw the withered crabapple blossoming, he felt extremely melancholic. Later, when he heard that Grandmother Jia and others were coming to appreciate the flowers, he hurriedly changed clothes to greet the old lady. At that time, he changed clothes in a hurry and casually set aside the clothes that Baoyu took off. Shiren hurried to look at the Kong table, but saw that it was empty. There was no jade at all. She looked around but couldn't find any trace. Shiren was scared and broke out in a cold sweat. She thought for a moment and quickly summoned Shi Wei and other maids, scolding them angrily. "You little brats, there should be a limit to your playing around. Where did you hide the things? Hurry up and bring them out. If we accidentally knock into them, we won't survive." Shi Wei widened its eyes and said, "Where did you hear that? We can play around and have fun, but we must never joke about things like this. Don't speak nonsense. I think you must have lost your mind and forgotten where you put it. How dare you try to shift the blame onto others?" Shiren saw Shi Wei speaking seriously, not like joking, and became even more anxious in her heart. She hurriedly asked Baoyu, "My little ancestor, where did you really put the jade? It's driving me crazy." Baoyu said, "I remember it was just placed on the Kong table. You guys should search for it properly." The maidservants were in a panic, but they dared not let others know, so they could only search secretly everywhere. After searching through boxes and cabinets for half a day, they still could not find the spiritual jade. They couldn't help but suspect that someone might have seen it during the flower viewing earlier and taken it. Shiren, however, thought that everyone in the mansion knew how important the jade was and wouldn't dare to take it. She still ordered the maids to discreetly ask around if any sister had the audacity to joke about taking the item. Shiyu, Qiuwen, and others hurriedly split up to inquire around, but after asking around in circles, they still couldn't find any clues. Everyone was dumbfounded, looking at each other in disbelief. Baoyu himself was also stunned and at a loss. Shiren was so anxious that she kept crying, and everyone else in the Yihong courtyard looked shocked like wooden statues. Not long after, news of this spread, and people from all over rushed over upon hearing it. Tan Chun immediately instructed someone to close the doors of the Grand View Garden and ordered an old woman to search everywhere with the maidservants, informing everyone, "If anyone can find Baoyu, there will be a generous reward." Everyone started searching, eager to overturn even the outhouse, but still could not find any trace. Li Wan was very anxious and called everyone over, saying, "This is not a joke, although it is impolite. I still have to say it. Since things have come to this point, we can't care about many things. After all, besides Bao Yu, everyone in the garden is a woman. Sisters, little sisters, young ladies, search all the maids who came with you. If there are none, then have the maids go search those old women and rough maids. Don't let anyone go. Everyone knows how serious this matter is, and they all hope to quickly disassociate themselves from it. So one by one, they all nod in agreement, except for Tan Chun, who has been silent the whole time. Just as everyone started searching each other, Tan Chun suddenly said to Li Wan, "Sister-in-law, why have you also started behaving so improperly? If someone really stole something, would they hide it on their body? Besides, this item is considered valuable in this house, but it's just worthless outside. Why would someone steal it? I think someone must be trying to set someone up." After Tan Chun finished speaking, everyone looked at each other and suddenly realized that Jia Huan was not here. Yesterday, he was running around the room and he and Bao Yu were not getting along. Even though they thought so, no one dared to say it directly. Tan Chun said directly, "The only one who would do such a thing is Huan. Find someone to call him, scare him a little bit, coax him to come out quickly, and this matter will be over." Li Wan hurriedly said to Pinger, "You have to handle this matter." Pinger agreed and quickly went to find Jia Huan, and not long after, she brought him over. Pinger smiled and asked Jia Huan, "Your second brother's Jade is lost, have you seen it?" Jia Huan's eyes widened, his face flushed with anger, and said, "Someone lost something, and you come to question me? What do you mean by this?" Pinger saw that he was furious, so she dared not ask again and said with a smile, "I'm just afraid that third master is deliberately scaring them, so I asked if you saw it." Jia Huan said, "His jade is on him. Whether you saw it or not, you should ask him. How would I know? You all are holding on to Bao Yu, getting benefits while I am left out. But when something goes missing, you come looking for me." After speaking, he flung his sleeve and walked away, and no one stopped him. Everyone in the Grand View Garden is making a fuss about this matter, causing a great commotion. Bao Yu was anxious and angrily said, "It's just a piece of broken jade. I don't want it anymore. You don't need to look for it anymore. When Huan leaves, it will definitely cause a commotion throughout the entire courtyard." Shirin and the other maidservants were so anxious that they burst into tears and said, "Young master, if the higher-ups find out that the jade is lost, I'm afraid, will face death penalty." Everyone became even more anxious, but they also knew that this matter could not be concealed. They could only discuss how to inform Grandmother Jia. Bao Yu didn't want to trouble everyone, so he said, "There's no need to discuss anything. Just say that I accidentally broke this piece of jade." Pinger helplessly sighed. "My lord, you say that so easily. But what if the old lady asks why we smashed it? Or if the old lady wants to see the broken pieces, then what do we do?" Bao Yu thought for a moment and said, "How about I say I lost it when I went out?" Everyone thought that this explanation might pass, but Bao Yu hadn't gone out in the past 2 days, only going to the Nanan prince's residence the day before yesterday to watch a play. Tan Chun then said, "If it was lost the day before yesterday, why didn't you say it at that time?" Everyone was thinking about how to explain when they heard Aunt Xiao crying and shouting, "Oh, you lost your things and didn't bother to look for them, but instead secretly interrogated my Huaner. Now that I've brought Huana here, you can choose to kill or punish him. It's up to you." With that, she pushed Huaner out, causing him to cry loudly in anger. Li Wan was about to step forward to mediate when she heard a maid report, "Madam is here." Shirin and the other maids were even more frightened, with pale faces and trembling bodies. Aunt Zhao also temporarily fell silent and went out with everyone to welcome her. Lady Wang saw the anxious expressions of everyone and knew in her heart that the news was true. The jade was indeed lost. Bao Yu was afraid that Sharon would tell the truth, so he spoke up as soon as he saw Lady Wang, saying, "Madam, this has nothing to do with them. It was lost when I went to the Nanan Prince mansion to listen to a play the other day." Mrs. Wang asked, "Then why didn't you look for it at that time?" Bao Yu said, "I was afraid that they would worry if they found out, so I didn't say anything. I had already asked Bei Ming and the others to look for it outside before." Mrs. Wang said sternly, "Nonsense. When changing clothes at night, if the handkerchief or purse is missing and the maids such as Sharon are serving, they must explain clearly, let alone a piece of jade like this." Bao Yu had nothing to say in response. Seeing this situation, Aunt Xiao felt pleased in her heart and quickly interjected, "You lost something outside and you're blaming Huaner." The conversation was not finished yet when Lady Wang angrily rebuked, "While talking about this, you are saying those unimportant things." Aunt Xiao dared not speak anymore, and Li Wan and Tan Chun then told Lady Wang the truth. At this time, Sister Feng was still ill, and when she heard that Bao Yu had lost the spiritual treasure, she knew that she couldn't escape from this. She reluctantly let Ping Er support her to the Yihong court. When Lady Wang planned to report to Grandmother Jia, Feng hurriedly stopped her and said, "Madam, we have many people in our family, and we can't guarantee that everyone is trustworthy. If this matter becomes public and the thief is afraid of being caught, they might destroy the treasure. What should we do then? In my opinion, we should keep the secret for now. Let's not let the old lady and master know. Just say that Bao Yu doesn't care about it and left it aside. Then we can secretly send people to search around and deceive the thief into giving it back. What do you think, madam?" Madame Wang thought about it and felt that what Wang Shifeng said made sense, so she agreed as well. Li Wan and others decided to have someone lock the door of the Grandview Garden. No one was allowed to leave for 3 days. They would tell outsiders that something was lost inside, and people would be released once the situation was resolved. They heard from the Lin Xiaoji's wife that there was someone called Lu Tizui who could use divination to find things, so they asked her to come and inquire. Later, Xing Xiuyan said that Miaoyu could also communicate with spirits, too. Everyone then begged Xing Xiuyan to also go find Miaoyu to calculate something.